It's week 12 of the 2023 season, and the focus of this one is on Odell Beckham Jr. He was terrific last week, racking up the receiving yards and reaching the end zone. It's the Commanders and the Bills on Monday Night Prime Time.
From the home of the Bills since way back in 1973, there's a look at Highmark Stadium just outside of Buffalo, New York. Tonight, we ride a fence. And we are underway in Buffalo. Not something you expect to see from the opening kickoff, that's for sure, and they will start at the 40. Wishing he had a mulligan. That's not how you want to start the game.
Not at all, because not only do you give up the penalty and good field position, but it just kills the momentum of your team as you start a game.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's second down. The numbers for him from a week ago, 15 carries, 51 yards.
They've lost a bunch of games in a row now. They've got to start thinking a little bit differently, maybe a little bit outside of the box. Find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it through the air or maybe change up how you establish your run game.
Throwing on 2nd and 8, Heineke. And that's going to be incomplete. And, Charles, you wonder about this defense coming in. I mean, look, it's no secret they're playing a team that's down on its luck right now. Losers of 5 straight. How does that change how you prepare for a game?
Well, to me, the first thought is you just get after them early, right? Take away any chance of them building any confidence. But the second thing is you prepare a little bit differently. You've got to expect this team to take chances, go for it on 3rd and 4th downs, run a lot of trick plays, anything to try and break their losing streak. So you must stay alert and stay aware.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Called out a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Here are the Commanders for their first drive of the game. Orchestrating the offense will be a man who, of course, won a national title back in his days at Clemson, Deshaun Watson. Here's Walker to... And right away, he lost the football. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. Well, he's going to have to shake out the cobwebs first time he touches the football, and he drops it on the ground.
So many times we talk about quarterbacks and taking care of them early to get them in the flow with safe throws, right? But with a runner, there is no such thing as a safe run, right? Right out of the gate, you're going to be in some traffic. Got to take care of the ball, and he didn't do that.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. Heineke. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. Dietrich Wise running through and dropping him for the sack.
And every game we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Deontay Johnson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bills use the only turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Extra point by Mevis is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Here's the Bills kickoff unit out as they will send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Kenneth Walker headed back out there. He's got to clear his mind a little bit right now. 1 carry, and that carry was a lost fumble.
Clear his mind, clear his hands, and just let this one go. Sometimes it happens. You drop the ball. Got a full game ahead of him. Hand it to him again. See if they can start to produce.
They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
And according to Next Gen Stats, his top speed on that one, better than 20 miles an hour. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. Steps away to his left. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand. And that's just where he needed to be to knock it away. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Watson. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. And now the up man has it. It's a fake. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool him. And the Bills are going to take over in excellent field position. So here are the Bills to take over. They've dropped 5 straight coming in, so right now cherishing this lead. And they've got the football as well, 1st and 10. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. Working out of the gun. Here's Heineke. And a throw there going to be incomplete. Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from a long distance. That kick by the way, Charles O'Connor. We did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action. Here comes Marquez Stevenson now from his end zone. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days. Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone, and there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now it's Watson. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Here's Mitch Wishnowsky now. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here.
They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Heineke's throw complete here on target to Tunyon. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down. Throwing, Heineke. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And, oh, he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
Boy, that was certainly well-read defensively. And the key to any screenplay is space to work. And there was none to be found there. And they tackle it for just a short gain.
This is away, but, boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. Sitting in 1st place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Watson now to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just talking about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. He'll get this complete to Rondale Moore. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Mitch Wishnowski now on to punt. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Heineke now looking to throw on 1st down. A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. Well, this looks like a roughing call. So certainly a defensive mistake here in the 1st quarter, getting hit with a roughing the passer call.
And that hurts not just because of the yardage you gave up and give them a fresh set of downs, but that brought the home crowd into this one. And when you go on the road, your job is to silence the crowd, not energize them.
Heineke on 1st down. And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down. He was all over that route defensively. Now, they had 2 picks last week as a unit. Couldn't quite grab that one.
Patience, Grasshopper. Patience. It's early in this game, but you like the fact that they're around the football early. They're going to be upset they didn't haul that one in, but at least they're there at the moment of truth to make a play.
By the way, where did the Grasshopper thing come from? I know it's been around for a long time.
Yeah, you know, I'll have to tell you guys some other time.
All right, back to football. So nothing there on the screen that time.
That means all that great acting they tried on offense went for naught, didn't it? Because you have to try and influence them. Make them think that you're doing something else. Make them think that they can get to the passer by letting them by and then setting up the screen and getting downfield. Didn't happen at all. Give a lot of credit to the defense for not tumbling to that one.
And he's getting a workout here in this 1st quarter as he gets it away. This will be fielded at the 17. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does.
The Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 15 yards the pickup. First down, Washington.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
On 1st and 10, Watson. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. And the Bills are going to take possession of the football. And Charles, that's now 4 receptions over his last 3 halves of football, because remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a first down. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now flags will come in. One of the Bills got going a little early. Mike McGlinchey, the Notre Dame man, guilty on that one.
Still 2nd down.
The false start penalty, and now they're back to needing 10 yards on 2nd down. To throw is Heineke. Over the middle, complete to Judy. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Here's Heineke. Flush to his right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th. Mevis knocks this one through. And the Bills will add on to their lead. They already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Washington offense set to take over. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, an interception's result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Going right side here, and that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 18 yards the gain for number 18. A big completion there against double coverage. And, Charles, one of those guys had a pick on him earlier.
Yeah, so he didn't allow that to deter him at all, did he? In fact, it probably was a challenge. Okay, you got a pick before? That's my turn now to make the big play, and that's exactly what he did.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A good pickup there, 21 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Watson on 1st down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Willie Gay getting in there and picking up the sack. So that time, Charles, a quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
And this came from the edge, and those pass rushers, they have so many tricks of the trade to get around blockers. They have a lot of tools in their kit. This was pure speed and athleticism on this play, though. And they could barely get a glove on it.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Cameron Jordan able to record his 5th sack of the season. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left, roll him out, bootleg him, do some different things so they can't just rely on the fact that he's going to take 3 to 5 steps back in the pocket and line up and throw the football.
Yeah, current formula's not working right now. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And that one will be no good. He never had it online. It's well wide to the left, and the deficit will hold pat at 13.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Heineke. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Jeffrey Simmons. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Heineke now from the 50. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. Washington going to go on offense now late in this 1st half. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned they're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the 2nd half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
On 1st down, it's Watson. Uses the stiff arm. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half. Faking the give. Now Watson. Buying. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. But Washington looked to get this one back, and indeed they did. They will still have possession. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Throwing on second and long. Watson. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance.
He's got a man, complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. So we've reached the intermix, past the halfway point of the season, and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the third quarter. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Fielded just outside the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Commanders up first on offense as we begin this third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Throwing on second down. Watson completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a gain of 13 as they try to whittle away at this 13-point deficit.
For a tight end, he's got good straight-line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
On first down, Watson. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first. Walker now on first and 10. Pretty nice, aggressive run there before being brought down just inside of the 30. 42 yards rushing for him now to this point. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's second and 2. Sticking with Walker on second down. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
And they'll get this down to the 10. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion. I mean, I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game. It comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points. And the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
Second down and goal. Watson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying, no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
2 incompletions haven't moved him any closer. And likely throwing again, you'd have to think on 3rd and goal here. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Gonzalez's kick is good, and they will indeed get on the board here, but still trailing. It's now 13-3. So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
Free kick out of bounds.
So now the possession will begin at the 35 after the errant kickoff.
Well, that's certainly one way to avoid a dangerous kick return, I suppose, but you are giving up extra yardage, that's for sure. Because if you put it out of the end zone, they start at the 25. So at a minimum, you're giving up 10 yards to the offense.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard. Now they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kenny Moore. And the Commanders are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, 3rd quarter, but that not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he'll push ahead for about 3 to the 36.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Watson. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And he's going to have a Commanders first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4. Back to throw, Watson. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the Bills are going to take possession of the football. This defense tries coming up with another interception. They have really done an excellent job of locking up these receivers.
Yeah, they're really on fire. They are actually doing what they talk about all the time, which is plastering to receivers when they're in their zones. They didn't give up a touchdown in the first half. Haven't done so here in this half either. Blanketed the field going all the way back to the opening drive, and they come up with a pick right there.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Heineke to throw it. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. That one goes for 8 yards.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Dexter Lawrence able to bust free and get to the quarterback. Now, the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry. After the sack on first down, Heineke looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now Heineke. Throw right side is going to be caught by Judy. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A first down throw for Heineke. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Jawan Bentley, the one to get in and finish off the play.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down.
Under pressure, they got him again. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play. Back now in Buffalo. The Bills on third down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This will be 3rd and a mile. Being chased out left. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down. Mevis knocks this one through. The Bills will hang on to their lead. So that maybe not knockout ball, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to sort your way in the field.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist, but time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
Stevenson now, he's going to bring this out. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And now Watson throws another interception. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And the Bills are going to take possession of the football. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on 1st and 10. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Now Heineke. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far as a defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Heineke. I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. The Bills send the punter out as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. So out comes Washington's offense to take over. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. first down throw, Watson. And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their fourth pick of the game. Instead, second down.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Watson's throw pulled in by Kittle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Cameron Jordan, his second sack of the night. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Watson. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up 3rd down. To throw is Watson. And this one is incomplete.
Give him big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Desperation time. Watson on 4th down. That's caught by the tight end, Drew Sample. And he will be taken down, but it's a big play and a conversion for Washington on 4th down. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10. Now it's Watson. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
To the air yet again, Watson. This one caught by Kittle. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 15-yard line. With that catch, he goes over 100 yards receiving on the night.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
I think the reason this play is so successful is not just the blocking at the point of attack, but how about the speed at which he takes the handoff? He's in motion already, so he's not...
And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Rondale Moore from 4 yards out. And the Commanders have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. And now out come the Bills. That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it into gear.
And right now, I'm looking directly at the field general, at the quarterback. Because to me, he's got to take over right now. By word, pumping his team up, and then, of course, by...
And that's caught inside the 35. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they took field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Heineke now looking to throw on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Under 4 to go now as they come up on second down. Throwing, Heineke. Looking sideline, incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
That's complete to Robinson. And his bid for the first down coming up short as he's tackled at the 25. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 4th down. Mevis knocks this one through, and that will make this a 9-point lead. So that's an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. Eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. On 1st and 10, Watson. He's got a man, complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That one good for 37 yards.
That is the exact right play call against that defense. So a hat tip to the offensive play caller because he won that part of the chess match. But give credit to his players as well. They won the execution part of it.
Watson on 1st down. On the move to his left. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
To throw again on 2nd down. Watson. And his throw here is incomplete. George Kittle, the receiver that he was looking for. And it's 3rd down and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try for the first with Walker. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. And quickly they get to the line. Here's Watson. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Throwing again is Watson. Quick slant, caught by Moore. Touchdown, Washington. Rondale Moore, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Commanders are back within a score. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So that drive, 6 plays, 75 yards. And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. From the 10. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. 2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the 4th quarter. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. On 3rd down, Heineke. And that is incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week, he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week, he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
So Deshaun Watson in the offense. Down by 2, a little under a minute to go. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down. Now Watson. Steps away.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Watson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. On the jet sweep, here comes Moore. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Back to Walker on 1st down. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. On 2nd down, it's Walker. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. Wow.
Well, that is the definition, Charles, of delivering under pressure. The game-winning potential. There's still a little time left on the clock, but the potential game-winning drive, and it was well executed.
I think we're going to remember this possession for a long time. We've called a bunch of games, but how about how they got it done down the stretch? Absolutely terrific. Barring some type of miraculous play in this last half minute, I think that touchdown just earned them the win. They really came up clutch when they needed it.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. Now it's the Bills' turn, trailing by 5, 30 seconds to go. And they've got to travel the full 75 yards, and time is obviously a huge factor here. 1st and 10. He's back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to let it fly. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Heineke's throw complete here on target to Tunyon. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Pressure gets there on Heineke, and down he